Welcome to our presentation, which we are calling Roll Call PD. We hope to encourage discussion and deliberation about some qualities related to equitable grading, something that is sorely lacking, we believe, in our grading systems, in our school and our district. So we believe that these are some discussion topics that you can think about and discuss as you are exposed to them while in the bathroom. So we hope that it's something that can be beneficial to everyone. So what we'll be doing here is the PD series of How Do Teachers Ensure Equitable Grading, which is a 6-part series of posters revolving around topics pertinent to equitable grading in place in teachers' restrooms throughout the school. So our first idea is, well, what is equitable grading? And our first poster will go over the basics of that. And really we can take equitable grading, in which our grading is not providing equality to all, but equality of opportunity to all students. And what we seek here is accuracy in our grades, that our grades reflect our students' mastery of the content and not diluted with other factors like participation grades, and even homework grades, which we'll talk about. We want our grading to be bias resistant, that we are not offering opportunities for assignments that are prejudiced against certain students. They may not have the resources or ability to complete those. And we also want our grading to be motivational, for students to understand that grades, once you get them the first time, are not the end of the road, that learning is a process that never ends, and that we are their cheerleaders and we are encouraging them to grow from day one to the last day of school. So our first idea is the failure of the zero. Long throughout history, teachers have assigned zeros to students that do not complete work. We are asking you to reconsider that. Studies suggest that students become less motivated when they receive zeros. They do not reflect the student's mastery of the content. All that zero reflects is their ability to turn in work, which again, if we believe that grading should represent students' mastery of content, a zero does not accurately show that. And then if we get into the mathematics, the range of failure for a student using the 100-point grade scale is actually 0 to 60. They're more likely to fail if you take all 100 points in the 100-point data or 100-point scale. Students are actually more likely to fail than pass, because there are 60 marks there, or 65 or 70, wherever your mark is. That is where failure happens. So zeros are much too punitive. It's something that we'll build on as we go. Topic 3 is extra credit. The traditional mindset is that students need opportunities to raise their grades throughout the semester, so extra credit can be something that helps that. But again, the argument is, does extra credit result in a grade that is truly reflective of students' mastery of the content? It sends a signal to students that the class is not about the mastery of content, but just accumulating points. At the end of the day, you got to get 90% of the points possible, and you get an A. What does that mean? Does that mean they learn 90% of the content? Not if you have extra credit. Depending on opportunity, it can also be prejudiced against certain students. Perhaps we say, hey, go to this thing tonight, you can get extra credit. Not all students will have that opportunity to do that. So again, we want it to be bias resistant. And like we've said, it helps create an inaccurate picture that the student has mastered the content, or the degree of which that has happened. Something that many teachers do is count or take points off when work is turned in late. We are arguing that that is not equitable grading. Students, even though we want to teach students how to take responsibility for their own work and to be responsible, we do not believe that the grading is the place that process should be reflected. Again, dropping the score does not accurately portray the content. Some students also learn at a slower rate. They may not have the resources at home or the environment at home to complete work. And if we go away from taking points off from late work. It also will enable more students to complete work on the honor system, if you will. Less pressure to cut corners and cheat just to turn stuff in on time. So again, are we grading on their ability to turn a paper on time? How does that impact their ability to learn the content? So again, something to consider. Homework grades. Again, same idea here. Is that basically the argument for it is that students are motivated to complete assignments, and it can help buffer the grade report test scores as well. But again, equitable grading. Does homework change the way that we see how students have mastered the content? Summative assessment assignments like tests, presentations, those will show if students have completed and learned from the homework. And also the homework may very well have been copied or from or by another student, therefore not showing content mastery. And then also the bias resistant. They may not have the environment at home to consistently complete it. So what is the point of homework? It should be to prepare students to show mastery of the content. It could even be considered the way to show mastery. Should it be a grade? Well, does that take away of our understanding of how they have mastered the content? It could, depending on how homework is graded. And our last poster is on test retakes. The argument against retakes traditionally is that students should be on time or should be able to prepare for assessments on time, be ready to show mastery at that point. Again, we ask students to take responsibility, but at the same time, there is a very good argument for retakes if we want equitable grading. Kids may need more time to master concepts. It might have even been on you, the teacher, that you taught that concept poorly, and then a poor test score across the board might allow teachers to go back and teach an idea again. The test retakes also controls for life differences that kids might experience. Perhaps something happened the night before the test that hurts the student's ability to study and prepare. Having a retakes would help them get a chance to right that wrong. And then also encourages a growth mindset that says that education is always ongoing, that students' learning is never done, and that retakes allow them more chances to show mastery of the content and learn as we would want them to learn. Now, how to do them, you can look at the poster over there for some ideas of how to do retakes, but again, this is basically the argument for it. So equitable grading, we believe it to be important, and we believe we have a long way to go to make it happen, and we hope that putting these posters up across the school in the bathrooms will help teachers start thinking about how to change their practices, why they need to change their practices, and get a conversation going that hopefully will make a difference on the school and even district level. Thank you for coming to our presentation. Have a great day.